The pencil is the most popular writing instrument ever invented. They are used for drawing, painting, and marking all over the world. 6 billion pencils are made each year. But how do they get the lead inside the pencil? In this video, we will discover how FABER CASTELL pencils are made. Pencil leads are made from graphite, a type of mineral coal derived from deposits of prehistoric algae that have been buried for more than 400 million years. Graphite is a mineral that began to be mined around the year 1564 when the first graphite mine was discovered in northern England. Graphite is a form of carbon, one of the softest minerals. When pressed against paper, it releases very fine particles that leave black marks. This material, which pencils are made of, is found deep within the earth. It consists of crystallized carbon like diamond, but it is much softer. The first pencil manufacturers made them from graphite taken directly from the mine. Pencils were invented in 1795 by the Frenchman Nicolas-Jacques Conté. His invention was based on the combination of graphite and clay encased in wood. Both minerals, along with some water, are mixed and spread into thin grooves. The official Nicolas Conté came up with the ingenious idea of combining graphite powder with clay, then baking it while pressing the same mixture between two halves of wood shaped into a cylinder, thus creating the pencil we know today. Since the 19th century, leads have been made with a mixture of graphite and clay. Graphite is extracted from open pit quarries and underground mines. It is very difficult to find and even harder to bring to the surface. Miners use jackhammers to drill holes for explosives. The chunks of ore must contain more than 30% graphite for the mining to be profitable. At the end of the shift, the day's collection is brought to the surface. Once on the surface, the ore is crushed into small pieces. The rock is ground into a fine, dry powder, ready to be sent to the pencil factory, which belongs to one of the world's largest pencil manufacturers, the more than 200-year-old German company, FABER CASTELL. Once at the production plant, the raw materials used for the lead mixture are graphite, clay, and a little water. The amount of clay added to the lead mixture will determine how hard or soft the lead will be, while the amount of graphite will determine how dark the pencil will write. Many people wonder how the leads are inserted into the pencils, but in reality, they are not inserted. The manufacturing process is a bit different than we usually imagine since making pencils is an art. To make the leads, the heart of the pencils, manufacturers mix compounds like graphite and clay in a giant mixer. Then, an appropriate amount of water is added, and the machine is turned on, which will start mixing all the ingredients. The paste must be left to sit for an hour and a half to produce homogeneous granules. The leads of colored pencils are mostly made with color pigments and a binding agent. When the mixture is ready, it is taken to a machine with funnels or molds where it is shaped into the leads we know today. The graphite and clay paste is stretched through a roller under very high pressure, almost 10 tons per square centimeter. As it comes out, it looks like the leads we use for writing. However, at this stage, the leads are still soft and flexible. To harden them, they need to be baked and then placed in a fryer with melted oil and wax. First, they are dried at 120 degrees Celsius for 3 hours in an electric oven. To make the leads strong enough for use, they must be baked for 45 minutes at around 1000 degrees Celsius. Colored pencil leads do not undergo this treatment as the high temperature would destroy the pigments. The wax bath gives the pencils a silky surface. This way, they harden and become as durable as the leads of regular pencils. The more wax in the mixture, the harder and darker the lead will be. The wax seals the pores of the lead, creating a surface that glides smoothly over the paper. For proper encasing, a wood must be chosen that is soft enough to shape yet strong enough not to bend in the writer's hand, such as cedar wood. For the pencil-making process, cedar wood boards are cut into rectangular slats measuring 18 by 7 centimeters and 5 millimeters thick, according to standard pencil sizes. The boards then pass through a wheel that cuts the grooves where the leads will be placed. Afterward, they go through a machine that fills the grooves with a special, slightly elastic substance called glue, which protects the lead so that it does not risk breaking in the channel. This keeps the leads firmly attached to their wooden casing. The metal wheel places the leads one by one into their casings. The second wooden board is placed on top of the first, resulting in what is commonly known as a sandwich. The sandwich is dried in an oven for almost an hour. Then a piston presses the boards using a weight of 1 ton for an hour so that the glue dries completely. At the end of this process, the sandwich boards will be so perfectly joined that it won't be noticeable that they are 2 glued slats. In the next step, the boards pass through a machine called a milling machine. This is probably one of the most important machines for pencil making as it cuts the wood into the appropriate shape. Around 10 pencils are cut from each wooden sandwich. A person is in charge of testing the quality by taking one of the pencils and sharpening it manually to check if the lead is effective. They press the tip with a weight of 2 kilograms, which it must withstand. Afterward, the pencils are given a protective coating. Each pencil receives several layers of paint for a perfect finish. The pencils must be painted 4 or 5 times to cover the wood properly. The last lacquer coat the pencils go through seals the work with a transparent lacquer, also known as varnish. The varnish is water-based and non-toxic because people usually have the habit of putting pencils in their mouths and biting them. After being coated with paint, the pencils go through a stamping machine, which prints the code and the brand of the respective industry at an impressive rate of 500 pencils per minute. Finally, the pencil must be painted separately by dipping it in paint. Sandpaper placed on a conveyor belt sharpens the pencils much faster than a manual sharpener. To finish the production process, an eraser is placed on some pencils. The pencils are fed into a machine that first adds an aluminum ferrule and then places the eraser by applying pressure. An operator checks the pencils by hand. They are packaged in boxes and distributed worldwide. That's how more than 180 million pencils are made each year.